stand. Oh, look at that morning light.
There we go. Good morning. We're going to wait for a couple of people. You have to make sure you're in the light.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't worry, I carry my own light. We'll just massage you while we're waiting for everybody to get over.
Right. Ooh.
Get some stuff.
I think that's being a woman. You just carry a lot on you.
I always believe that women, we carry our stress, a lot of it up in our upper back and shoulders. So when we say a man is a pain in our neck, our partner's a pain, it literally is where our burdens are carried. And men, it's big pain in their low back. So I always say that women are a pain in their backside.
Good morning. You're watching Yo That's Dope. This is a great show to share. If you want to share, I have Denise with me this morning with Legitimate Massage, and what we're going to be talking about today is Canna Massages. So if you have any interest on how this works or how this would help you or help someone else, this is a great show that you would want to share. So again, I'm with Denise with Legitimate Massage, and we're going to be talking about Canna Massages. So I have a couple of products that we're going to be doing today, and she's going to do most of the talking. I'm actually just going to best way to wake up is with the great massage. Yeah. And it's kind of, so, good morning, Denise. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, Andrea. So I do want to say I'm really funny. I'm not comfortable with people touching me. Denise and I have been friends for a little over 15 years. Just about 15, 16 years. And most of the people in my life I've been friends with that long. And so I'm comfortable with, we've gone through a lot together, so I'm comfortable with her touching me. Otherwise, not really a fan of people touching me. So that's part of my anxiousness. It's part of some of my mental health issues. So just being full transparency here. So what we're using today is a CBD infused skin therapy lotion. If you guys can see that. And then also, we're going to be using a massage oil by Evergreen. And this is like one of my favorite products. And the reason why it's one of my favorite products is because it smells so good. So it's infused lavender. And what it has is it's cannabis infused massage oil with soothing essence of lavender and vanilla. So it's actually just massage oil with lavender and vanilla. Okay, and then I have a Healing Choice CBD stick, and it's just literally a CBD oil with cocoa butter, shea butter, coconut oil, and I'm getting old, hemp seed oil, avocado oil,
that's nice,
beeswax, essential citrus. So that's what this is. And I'm just going to be talking a little bit about terpenes also. And then we're going to be getting a massage. So the thing about CBD, because people are always asking, what's the difference between CBD and THC? So cannabidiol is the non-psychoactive portion of the plant. And usually it comes from hemp. But the truth is, if you get it from the cannabis plant, it's more therapeutic than when you're getting it from hemp. And I just want to tell people that. But if you're getting it from hemp, that's what makes it legal. If you're getting CBD from the cannabis plant, that's what makes you have to be in a cannabis state to get it. So I wanted to be clear about that. But I always tell people that you should be taking CBD as a supplement because it's an anti-inflammatory, it's antibacterial. And the doctors can't prescribe you anything like that. That's not going to, as Denise and I were talking, Denise, jump in at any time.
It's not FDA regulated. That's why.
So you don't want to be in a space where you're taking something and it's not healthy for you. And the doctors will prescribe you some things, but that typically will mess with your kidneys, your lungs, your heart, and all of those things. This doesn't. So if you can take CBD as a supplement, if you can purchase it as a supplement, I suggest it, especially people with sugar diabetes and what do they call it? Constant pain is what.
Like fibromyalgia.
Fibromyalgia, like yeah. Anything that is also COPD is good because it constructs the airways.
Yeah.
So what it'll do is it will ease the air paths.
Oh. So reducing the inflammation in the airway that helps them with breathing better.
Anything that you're doing that has most of our bodies create a lot of inflammation, and that's where anxiety and depression comes from. But that's also where just a lot of different illnesses derive from inflammation in your body. And so CBD is a good supplement for that. And so what she's doing right now, is she's massaging me with the CBD lotion. And what that will do is it will reduce, because I have some tension in here. I'm premenopausal. I hate to be, this is the problem with having a show. You have to be extremely transparent. So I'm premenopausal. And because I'm premenopausal, I've opted to use holistic healing versus prescriptions or Western medicine. And what I have been doing to treat myself is I smoke CBD all the time. I'm also smoking a 1-to-1 pen, which is THC CBD. In my high stress timelines, I will smoke something called a bliss pen. And then just day to day, I massage myself with this lotion. This is like my every single, because lavender as an essential oil is good for stress relief, just mentally. So if you get lavender, that's just good for you. So I actually put this on my body every single day. And then I also I am not advertising. However, I'm going to get this bottle right here. I have this menopause oil, because I want to make sure that people understand, like, I am truly a believer in holistic healing. And when I say that, it basically, I am telling you that I'm changing my whole life to be that. Rosalind has a group called Well Women of Color, and she is really stressing on us the importance of being consistent in our health. And I take this potion from her every single morning. It's lemon water, cayenne pepper, ginger, and turmeric. So every morning I'm drinking that to keep my blood pressure down and keep my body flowing. And I walk 30 minutes a day and I get my sunshine. And all of that is part of holistic eating, part of holistic living. But I've also changed my eating habits. I don't eat turkey, chicken, beef, or pork anymore. I only eat fish. I'm eating more greens. I'm just doing the things that are necessary. Good morning, Demetrius, Sherilyn, Stacy, Tiva, Rossi. Good morning, Billy. You need what, Billy? Which part do you need? So this right here is it's called my menopause blend. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's the menopause blend. And it's basically 100% essential oils. I know it's so weird, right? I'm using a menopause. But when I'm in my space where I'm not feeling myself in that area, I use my menopause blend. And it's really been helping me a lot. So what she's doing, so tell them what you're doing to me right now.
Okay, so basically by applying the CBD, you're going to have a topical effect. If we're putting it on the entire muscle group, that's going to help to calm down that tissue. So massage is already interacting. Yes, massage. Yes, you do need that. So what we're already doing is we're already interacting with your nervous system. So with massage, we are basically sending a new signal to the muscles that might be in a bad pain pattern. So a lot of us, we spend a lot of our time with our arms in front of us, driving, texting on our smartphone, sitting at a computer. We get really rounded and forward and hunched over, and those muscles get really tense and tight. We kind of start having our shoulders go up into our ears. So when we start massaging those tissues, we're basically reminding the muscles that are making those memories of staying up here that they need to be in a different space. So then by adding and enhancing it with the CBD, we're also creating a deeper effect. We're getting into the joint. We're helping to relieve that inflammation in the joint. I can't massage a joint. I can massage the tissue around the joint, but I'm working with the soft tissue, and the CBD is acting on a deeper level with the body and going into the joint region. So if you've got maybe, let's say, bursitis, that would be great for the CBD. The only tricky part, as Aisha was mentioning earlier, was how do we do that with the laws in Nevada?
So here's the way the legislature just passed in July, and what it basically said is that you can get Canna Massages as long as you bring the lotion or the product to the vendor. So the vendor can use the product. So if you're out there, there's she knows of a massage app, so I'm going to let her tell you about that. Oh. So as long as you have your product with you, then they will use the product on you, and that's legal. So that is the new legislature. She can't bring the product with her, but there's also a caveat with that. So as we kind of explain more, she can tell you how to get the product and to make sure that you have your product when she comes to your house.
So, yeah, basically right now the state of Nevada Massage Board says they have no position on marijuana or cannabis and massage therapy because of Nevada's recreational regulations. But at the same time, it looks like there's some new administrative codes that are going on that regulate within the marijuana industry that are telling us what we can do.
He says, "Wow, good morning, good morning, Manzel. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Kenneth. We appreciate you guys watching. And this is a great video to share. So every Friday at 8:30." The show called is Yo That's Dope. That's the name of my show. And we're going to be talking about all the things that I think are dope. That's business, relationships, and marijuana. So as we're going through this process, we're going to talk a little bit about relationships today. And we're going to talk a little bit about business, because those are the things I think are dope. So you can find my page. It's Yo That's Dope. Make sure that you guys are following me. And if you have any questions, please, because I'm reading your questions as they're flowing. Good morning, Maggie. Good morning, Sherilyn. So please, if you guys have any questions for Denise, ask them. She is a wealth of information regarding the body.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk a little bit about terpenes. Her and I, we dialogued before we came on. And so as we're talking about massages and using cannabis with massages, I want to point out that one of the largest issues with people in their bodies is inflammation. And because inflammation is such a huge deal, inflammation can create other things. It creates blockers in you. Now I just learned this, so she's going to tell you. So it creates blockers in your body to block you from healing from other things. So if you're not treating that whole area, then you're not getting the healing. Your body's not operating to get the healing that it needs. But also, she was telling me that inflammation can be a trigger to tells your body like what's going on. You tell them, Denise.
Okay, so let's say you hit your knee. Your body is going to swell. You're going to have a hot area, and a lot of people are going to want to put ice on that. But what your body really is trying to do when it's creating that inflammation is that your lymphatic system and your nervous system and your circulatory system are bringing fresh nutrition, lymphocytes, and all of that immune response into that area to help your body heal. So inflammation at the beginning is the healthy response for your body to try and heal itself. It's trying to fix the problem. It says there's pain here, there's an injury here. We're going to send this tissue, this extra blood to this area, and that's going to create that swelling that you're going to have. So that's great at the beginning, but after 3 days, maybe you start icing it to help reduce that inflammation. Maybe after 3 weeks, you can start trying to get a massage or something. You could do a massage as early as 3 days after a major injury, but what inflammation is doing at the beginning is it's helping you to heal. And over time, we want to get rid of that inflammation because it's stagnant and it needs to go, and it's just a chronic issue. So by massaging the body and taking anti-inflammatories, like you said, ingesting CBD as a whole body anti-inflammatory, turmeric is a natural anti-inflammatory, or doing a topical CBD at a joint issue that might be a problem. Those are all going to help you to reduce that inflammation in an area that has a chronic pain issue that needs to go away, and your body needs to move forward from that.
Good morning, Pastor Willie Johnson and Hope Fletcher, Maggie and Diane, Sherilyn. We appreciate you guys watching us. So again, this is Denise, and she is with Legitimate Massage, and I'm Aisha, and you're watching Yo That's Dope. All of my videos, if you've missed any videos, they're also on YouTube. Thanks. Yeah. If Google Yo That's Dope. They'll actually show up for you. So if you've missed anything or if you have to go to work, you don't have to watch me live. They'll be again on Saturday afternoon. They'll be on YouTube. So you can find them on Yo That's Dope / whatever the subject title is.
Awesome.
So again, what she's using today is the CBD. And it's a lotion. It's a CBD therapy lotion. And then
this one's just CBD. So this is hemp based.
It's just hemp based.
And so you can get pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere. So anything that's CBD hemp based. This is so funny, right? Target sells CBD.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Target sells CW Nevada. It's not Nevada. Target sells Charlotte's Web, which is one of the most famous CBD products. Mm-hmm. It's actually been used for people with seizures.
Yeah.
Yes, but I do want to explain to people that CBD helps people with seizures, just in general. You don't have to get Charlotte's Web. CBD helps people with seizures. You want to get a higher dose CBD, which I'm saying CBD, cannabidiol, CBD. You want to get a higher dose CBD, but CBD helps people with seizures. As a matter of fact, I have a young lady. She's not a young lady. She's a little girl. I have a little girl who became a patient with me a year ago. And this year in August, she was 1 year seizure free.
That's
amazing. So when I tell people why I do this job, that's why I do this job. I do want to kind of just sidebar a little bit. So Donald Trump just announced an opiate abuse United States emergency with opiate abuse. And people have been asking me, how do I feel about that? And I'm just going to tell you, I'm glad that he did something. Like, at this point, I'm ecstatic about that. I think making something an emergency that actually is an emergency is important. Opiate abuse is a huge deal. We have people that come into our store all the time. When we originally opened the store, when Frank, Andre, and Luther originally opened the store, and we were doing the paperwork and getting everything together, I was against cannabis. Like, what the hell? What do I look like messing with marijuana? I was in church. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, what the hell? The craziest things I had ever done. And so as I proceeded, I decided that, people are actually texting me while I'm live. This is a trip. So as I proceeded to get involved in the industry, I realized that I was wrong, that cannabis could help people. And there were people who were changing their whole lives to be in cannabis states. And so when we opened the store, one of the first, most of our patients were opiate abusers. And honestly, I was judging those people. I think we all were. We were just all kind of in a space where we were like, what the hell? These people, they're all drug addicts. That's kind of how we felt. They're all drug addicts. And now they're just going to be using something else. We thought we were in the business to help cancer patients. That's all we were thinking. Naive to what was really happening. But 2 years later, a year so into the industry, I had a patient I fell in love with. And she had been coming almost every week, twice a week for months. And then one day she pulled me to the side and she was like, I just want to tell you, I'm an opiate abuser. I'm addicted to, she was addicted to some pain relievers. And she knew she was addicted and she wanted to get off. And she said, I've been using marijuana to get off of these drugs. And so right now I have not used them in the last 6 weeks, is what she told me. Now, mind you, she's the sweetest lady, the most loving lady, and I could not believe it. I honestly, as she was telling me the story, because before that I had no empathy. I couldn't get into that space with people. I just was like, what in the hell? I don't believe that anyone should be addicted to anything, right? So there was no empathy for me there until she connected with me. And then after that, I started watching the signs of it and being conscious of what I can offer as a treatment to help these people get off of these drugs. And we're very conscious of, now my team is so sympathetic to it. They're so conscious, they're so aware, they get into a space where they know what is the strongest, what's not the strongest, How is this going to work? What can you do rhythmically that won't be too expensive? Like, they're really in that mindset. And so I want everyone out there, as you're watching, to think to yourself, who do you know that might be because before that, I was so naive to people even being addicted to drugs, like being addicted to pharmaceutical drugs. This is what happens to your mind when you close yourself off, right? You just ignore everything. And now when people are coming in, I'm looking for the signs of what might be going on. Now, that lady is still one of my patients. She's at my store every single week. And now she's using less marijuana, right? Because she's gotten that addiction under control, which is, I'm so grateful. So she's using less marijuana, and she's also off her opiates. So it is. It's really, really amazing. She's like, yeah, because she had to go to the doctor, and the doctor wanted to prescribe her some more pain pills for something else that. Oh, great. Yeah. for something else that she has going on. And she's like, I'm going to take a shot, and then I'm going to go get my medicine. So, good morning to, let's see. So many bodies Charles, Griffith, Uncle Damon. Hey, Uncle Kennedy, I love you too. Are you able to ship to other states? Dion, good morning. I love you. Winnie, I love you. Kenneth, CBD we can ship. You can actually get that on my website. I actually have it on my website, exchangethehigh.com. So you can get that right now. So yeah, CBD, as long as it's hemp based, can be shipped. No, if CBD comes from, and I have to be specific, you can get cannabidiol from a marijuana plant, and if it comes from that, it cannot be shipped. So that would be the difference. Hemp based can be shipped. As a matter of fact, if you have pets, Canada, there's a company called True Hemp, and they have great products for your pets.
The older arthritic dogs.
Yep, and
they're so painful. When it's like you watch them just be miserable. They have trouble getting up and down.
And did you know that 80% of pets get cancer like after a certain amount of time?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I know a lot of people who have dogs who have cancer as they get older. Is that your mommy?
That's my mom. Hi, Mommy. Hey, Ed. Oh, Ed, I love you so much. And I just appreciate, Ed's a first responder, and I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your dedication and your service. I want to make sure I say that. It's exchangethehigh.com. So I'm all about exchanging the high. That's kind of my motto. So when patients come into the store and they come to see me and they have ailments that they're dealing with, and they're always like, I don't want to be high. That drives me batty. I don't want to be high. So I have coined the term, let's exchange the high. Because if you're taking something pharmaceutical, it's getting you some type of high. Denise and I were talking earlier today, and I was telling her the reason why people get addicted to pain medicines is because the pain medicine isn't treating the pain. It's treating the mindset that you're in pain. So what happens is, as you begin to take these medications, you're taking them to change your mind to believe that you're not in pain. And that's a kind of high. It's a mental alternation. So yeah, get marijuana. I mean, it's holistic. It's in its purest form. It's not detriment to the body, or because you have cannabis receptors inside your body. I won't get into that today. As a matter of fact, I have a show coming up on the
I'm going to watch that one.
7th with Rebecca with Dixie, and she's going to explain all of that. That's going to be a really good show. And then I don't know what I'm thinking right now. I have a show on next week with Scott Rutledge, who is the leading lobbyist, cannabis lobbyist in the state. And he's going to explain legislature laws and all of that. And then the week after that, I have a young lady, Corrupt's wife, will be on my show. Because
why not?
Yeah. So Gail Gotti, which is Corrupt's wife, she'll be on the show on the week, the 7th. Oh no, so the 14th is actually the show with Dixie. Anyway, I have all of that on Yo That's Dope. So if you want to follow who's going to be on the show, go to Yo That's Dope.
Click see first.
Yeah, click. I have a lot of things going on. Okay, so I have some questions here. Let's get the questions.
What about dogs and seizures?
Yeah, what about dogs? So the site again is Exchange the High. What about dogs and seizures? I just covered that actually. So there's a company called True Hemp, TRUE Hemp. And if you go to that company, they have some health and wellness oils.
We can definitely put a link to it.
Yes.
After the show.
What she said. I'll do that. So that's a good starting point. I've had great results from people telling me that product works. Good morning, Kennedy. I love you too, mommy. And when you try to come off the pain medication, it will create pain. That was never there to make you take more. Oh, she's saying that when you
Maggie's my friend, and she had some health problems, and the doctors would always give her opioids. And now that she's gotten the surgery to correct the pain issue, she's dealing with going away from that, and it's a whole different world for you, right, Maggie?
That's terrible. But try CBD. She's
using topical CBD.
Good for you. Good for you. And you want to take it internally. So inflammation, this is what I tell my patients. If you're fighting that issue from the inside and the outside, you have a better chance of winning. If you're just fighting one way, then you're really treating. If you're fighting the other way, then you're really treating. If you're fighting both ways, then we're actually putting a healing process together.
So as an aside here, I've been massaging Aisha's shoulder on this side. I started straight with the CBD, and I just got into her upper trapezius, which is where a lot of us ladies carry a lot of our tension, is up in this shoulder region here. And I just did some gentle massage, but I started with the CBD directly, and I put the topical CBD, this one right here, the one that you can get anywhere in any state because it's from the hemp plant. And I massaged this whole shoulder joint. On the other side, I grabbed just a regular vegan massage oil, and I started massaging this shoulder. I did the exact same massage movements. On this left side here, I immediately got heat in that upper trapezius muscle right up here, and that was from the inflammation. So your body, when you get a massage, it brings fresh circulation into your tissues, which brings oxygen and nutrients, because your circulatory system's job is to deliver nutrients and oxygen to all of your cells. So when you're getting a massage, if an area gets hot, it's because the tissues are kind of maybe stuck together and they're what's called ischemic. They're not getting enough blood flow. So when you start massaging an area that's really tight and tense, there's not enough blood flow in there. When we massage it, we loosen it, the blood flow just rushes into that space, and it creates a redness and a heat. It's called hyperemia. And so on this side, I didn't start with that. I started with the vegan massage oil, and this side immediately started getting hot and red. As soon as I grabbed this other product, the CBD with THC, this one, this is the balanced one, it immediately started to get cooler. It's less hot. The redness is gone. So I'm playing experiment over here while you're talking. But what I found is it's amazing. It's incredible. This is my first time I've ever used CBD in a massage. And I'm totally for using cannabis as a medicine, and this is completely what I'm about. This aligns with my beliefs with using cannabis as a medicine. And the difference between this one that you can get in every state, that's from the hemp plant, this one you said is blended with the CBD from the cannabis plant, and it's also got the THC in it. And when you have the THC with the CBD, you said it's more effective.
Yes. So with THC treats pain just in general. You know what? Let's bring Maggie in. Maggie, you want to come into our conversation? So the THC acts as a component of pain healing. So marijuana is known to CBD builds cells. So people always like, how does it treat cancer? Because it takes your good cells and it helps rebuild them. That's how it fights against cancer. And then also because of the inflammation. The inflammation in your body creates so many different havocs and wreaks havoc in your body. So what we want to do is, what THC does is it boosts cell growth. And that's why it's important. RSO, I don't want to, there's some conversations I don't want to have because it's going to take me into a whole new area. Yep. However, there are different serums that you can use to treat different ailments. And if one of these shows, I'm going to talk about RSO oil. And RSO stands for Rick Simpson oil, but it's an actual way that an oil is made. And what's important about that oil is because it takes all of the cannabis plant and it mushes it up so you get all of the enzymes that are in the cannabis plant. That is what makes it a great oil. And I have to explain that to people because people are like, well, how come this works? And the reason why it works is that's why it works. I'm trying to see where she's at. Maybe because she's not my friend. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So here she comes. So she can talk about the experience that she's had with getting over opiates and where she's at in her place now. It's inviting her. She just has to accept the invitation.
We'll see. She's got little ones at home, so they can get really loud and really fast.
Oh, this is a live show. We like little. Last week, I was watching my nephew while I was live.
Really? I didn't see that part.
Yes, it was a mess. He was all over the place. But that's what being live is all about. Let's see if she can accept the invitation. I've invited her. But so what I think is important today, that the takeaway is going to be to get into a place where you're adding, okay, but I have to disclose this. I don't ask them to consume.
Hi.
However, hi, Maggie. And look, she's already.
Hi. I'm actually about to go run errands with you, but yeah. I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
We're doing great. You've gotten yourself off of opiates.
Yes, for the most part, yes. That's exactly what I've done. Yeah. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
And so how were you able to accomplish that?
Honestly, I did have a lot of help with a girlfriend of mine who is a distributor, and she was able to help me by prescribing me a CBD oil tincture and some other THC as well that actually did help me, be able to get off of the opioids and not use them for pain relief. Instead, I use cannabis.
Yes. Good for you. And this is a non-judgmental environment. I'm not judging where you got it from. We want you to have it. That's it. Yeah. That's the most important thing. We want you to have it. And so are you finding yourself happier and having a better way of life? Or explain how you feel today versus how you felt then.
Well, quite honestly, I have been able to stop taking all of my anxiety medication and my depression medication that I have had since I was 16 by being able to use CBD. I've been off of all anxiety and depression medication for, it'll be 2 years on the 29th. So, yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
It is. It truly is.
Well, congratulations. I'm so excited. That's why we're in the industry. I was telling Denise earlier, I don't think there are very few people who are in this business to get people high. I believe that, right? Yeah. I believe that most of us are in it because we believe the therapeutic and the holistic healing that it provides. And as our vendors get more in touch with that, because remember there was a space where they were like, high THC. And now you'll see that's evolving. Like the terpenes are super high. The THC is leveling out. They're adding more CBD strains because they realize it's important to us, right? It's because it's important to the people to have holistic alternatives for reasons like you. Mm-hmm. And the same thing, I'm off of anxiety and depression pills also, honey. So high five. High five. Thank you for joining our show. I'm going to let you get back to the kids because I know I appreciate it. I don't know how to exit you out though. Oh, there we go. Look, I did it. Yeah. So that was Maggie, Denise's friend, and I guess I'm just gonna have a on the spot show. But that's kind of like I'm kind of all over the place anyway. So that's who I am.
You should talk about terpenes now.
We'll talk a little bit about terpenes. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Tish is my auntie. Hi, auntie. And good morning, Connie. I'm glad you're watching the show. I actually, so Connie was at the shooting. Yes, Connie was there. She was working as a vendor at the mass shooting on October 1st. And so she's a survivor.
Yes,
yes, she's a survivor. So I love you very much. Connie's known me all my life. She should, in our life, she's family. And so she took a mental health break and she went to the beach and she laid on the beach. And I've been watching her progress. I haven't said much, just watching it. And that's kind of who I am. I don't say much. I just watch. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because PTSD is real. Mm-hmm. It's a real issue. And oftentimes it's not, you can't see it, you can't wear it, you can't wear a sign that says it. So people think that you're normal and you're fine, but you're dealing with this mental thing constantly. And what I have found is cannabis is a great resource for that healing. Because because what the doctor will do, and I believe in Western medicine. I have to say this every time. I believe in Western medicine. There's a place. Yes,
absolutely.
I believe in
allopathic medicine.
Yes. However, your voice has an echo now. Oh. So anyway, what I think is important is that we use holistic healings altogether, and that means meditation. Yes, some yoga, walking, therapy. I'm all for talking about it, and cannabis. I would introduce cannabis, CBD for anxiousness first. And then if that's not getting any results, then CBD and a THC ratio, a 1-to-1. And then if that's not getting any results, then a 2-to-1. But I suggest cannabis for PTSD because I know that there needs to be a space where you're calming the voices and the things inside. So, Connie, when I said come see me at the store, that wasn't me telling you to come get high. That was me telling you come add some things to your therapy that I know will work. And let's do it now and let's not wait till later. And that's anyone suffering from PTSD. Absolutely. Get on a CBD regimen so that we can quiet that anxiousness, that thing that does this inside.
That makes you worry about going into a crowded place or makes you uncomfortable driving over a piece of cardboard, as my partner used to tell me before. He'd say, I was worried about an IED. And anytime if I saw a piece of cardboard on the road and I was worried that there was a bomb underneath it, I'm here in America, I'm not in Iraq anymore. That moment of constantly trying to protect yourself and make sure that you're going to be okay, that needs to just kind of quiet down to a healthy level.
And CBD will do that for you. And I carry, and I tell people this all the time, I carry the CBD pen around my neck all the time when I leave the house. It's around me all the time. Wow. Well, it's actually not a CBD pen. It's a 1-to-1. And the reason why I have it with me is because I can have panic attacks at any time. And after what happened, after the mass shooting, I got afterwards. And that is when the president came into town and we were stuck on the tarmac for not even a long time, but long enough for me to have an all-out panic attack. I was 5 seconds away from texting my mom, my son, and my dad, I love you, goodbye. Like, that's where my mind headed. I had to excuse myself to the restroom, talk myself down, and thank God I had my pen around my neck. So, against the law or not, I hit my vape because vapes don't exude a lot of smoke. So I can hit it and put it in my shirt and it won't be all over. You won't even smell it. So I hit my vape a couple times, calmed myself down, sat in my chair, and was able to finish my flight. But I know that PTSD does that, and I have PTSD for some other reasons. And so I want to make sure that I extend that offer of care to you. So I love you, Connie. I love you. Markeisha, thank you for watching the show. And Billy, you can come to the store at any time.
Billy has a question, I think, about his heart.
So
he's asking if it will help with heart disease.
It won't reverse. However,
a lot of heart disease is tied to inflammation.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah. However, and it's also tied to stress and anxiousness. So I have a guy, I tell this story because it's one of these miracle stories. I had this guy who ended up having a triple bypass. And before he went to have a triple bypass, he did not have a heart attack. He actually went in for his regular checkup, and his doctor said, hey, you have some clogged arteries, and we need to have surgery on you. And he was like, well, I feel fine. And his doctor said, well, you feel fine because you're always high. So the cannabis had him in a state where his heart was staying regular, and it wasn't spiking for him to have a heart attack because he wasn't anxious. He didn't have any stress, no chest pains. He was just having this issue, and he didn't even know. And the doctor told him because he was getting high, because he was smoking cannabis, it was basically it saved his life. And had they not hooked him up, because they were just doing regular checkup, it was because he had disappeared for a few weeks, like maybe 4 weeks. It wasn't even long. And he came in, and I was like, "Hey, where you been?" He was like, "What do you mean where I been?" And I was like, "Well, where you been?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't tell you." I was like, "No, what happened?" He said, "Oh my God, I went to the doctor and I had to have a triple bypass." And he's telling me that story, and it was so funny because he was telling the story like haphazardly, like he was like, "Yeah, I had to have a triple bypass," but it was because of the marijuana. Good morning, Sue. Shantae, good morning. Christopher, good morning. You have a muscle that grows around the heart that blocks that oxygen in blood.
The endocardium? Is that what you're referencing? The endocardium? The enclosure of the heart?
Because she knows.
Our heart is kind of encased in like a fluid that is conductive to help in those electrical impulses that create that heartbeat.
Hey, Connie, do you feel like coming on live? Let me know if you feel like coming on live, and I'll invite you. Whatever.
Myopathy?
Cardiomyopathy.
Right. So there's a pathological or pathology means like a disease or some sort of problem with the muscle around the heart. That makes sense. Okay, so cardiomyopathy.
And so what do you want to know about that? I'd have to do research to see if any of this can help. I don't ever just haphazardly say, "Oh yeah, this will work." Mm-hmm. No. So if anyone
we're not doctors, we don't prescribe.
No, we do not. I can diagnose. I suggest is what I do.
That's right.
So I do that right there, wherever you were, that hurt.
Back in here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's more like your rumbling. We're gonna get a little more.
So what I will do is, if someone has an issue, like there are things that I can suggest stuff that I do know: lupus, multiple sclerosis, sickle cell, cancer. What is it? OCPD. COPD.
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Yeah. So yeah. COPD. These are things that in our store we see all the time, and I hate to say all the time, but we see quite often. So I know what to suggest for treatments for those because I see them all the time. Okay, Connie, next time. And so, and then like gum disease and anxiousness, depression, anxiety, which is anxiousness, stress.
You have some gum disease?
Yeah, I have some
inflammation in the gums.
Yep.
And if you have bad oral health, that can actually go to your heart too.
Yep.
So you got to take care of your teeth, or else
it'll kill you.
It will kill you.
So I have, I have serums that I suggest that helps with gum issues. Yep. Yep. And then I have, so there are things that people come to me and say, hey, this person has this issue. Can you, help me? And I have to do the research. I don't always say, yeah, I can help you. Let me research and then I'll let you know. As a matter of fact, I'm helping a patient right now. I don't want to say treatment. I'm helping a patient right now that has diabetes. He just was diagnosed with diabetes. So we're he has a regimen that he's trying to keep his blood sugar, and he's getting results from it. So I won't until I have results, because we have what we call in-house case studies, and basically because there are no true case studies for so many things. So our in-house case studies is basically what we're doing to be able to be better service providers to our consumers. And when we do in-house case studies, it just means that we have someone who has logged in to us helping them, and they're actually documenting the suggestions that we're giving them and the results that they're getting from their suggestions. So again, I always say I take my job and what I'm doing extremely seriously, and that's why I started this show. Because people will stop me on the street and ask me questions. And I'm always thinking, when people ask me questions, I'm always like, I should go live right now. This is a really good conversation. I should go live right now so that I can give this information out to everybody. So what I decided is to do that in a structured format. And even though I'm a columnist for Elevate Nevada, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to pick up the magazine and read. And I have a website, Black Abyss, and although it has had over 50,000 hits, it doesn't mean that those 50,000 people are always signed in and watching. But here on Facebook, you guys can share the information, and you can download it later on YouTube and listen to it. You don't have to be watching it live. You can listen to it later and still get the information. So that's why I started the show, Yo, That's Dope. I did not need another project in my life. That wasn't where I was headed. Where I was headed is I wanted to make sure that everybody was getting the information that they needed. And I wasn't doing an unjust, because I'm service driven. I didn't want to do an unjust to my community. So if you have any questions, let me see what time it is. It's 9:17. We'll be logging off in the next 15 minutes. So if you have any questions for Denise with Legitimate Massage, this is a good time to ask them. And then also, I want to just talk a little bit about this app. So, yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about this app, because I have to talk about business. And then
the app is a double-edged sword. Okay. So there are apps out there now that they're creating for massage on demand.
Massage on demand.
It's not necessarily really profitable for the massage therapist. So I always encourage you, please seek out an independent, self-employed massage therapist like myself. I have 3 other colleagues that work in the same building as us. We are off of Warm Springs and Eastern, and we work out of a gym environment. So we have a little spa back in the corner. It's very hard for massage therapists in Clark County, and even especially in the city of Las Vegas, to operate as independent therapists, because the establishment license rules are so strict. But if you are seeking out a qualified therapist that is educated, you're going to get a great massage, and you're probably going to mitigate a lot of risk of injury. There's a lot of places out there you can go. You can walk into a foot spa, you can pay $20 to massage you for an hour. They have no training, probably not even legal. And they're working for tips. It's a really tough environment. So seeking out a licensed massage therapist that knows what they're talking about, is absolutely informed about how massage can help you. It makes a huge difference, and help and support someone like myself, where I'm an independent therapist. I'm a single parent supporting my family. This is my life, and I live, breathe, eat, sleep massage all the time. That's all I care about, and I'm super passionate about it. So yes, there's massage on demand. You can get things like that, or you can start communicating with your therapist. You're going to pay usually less to go into an establishment than you are if you're going to pay for somebody to come to your house and have the luxury of somebody coming to you, setting up everything and providing everything, and then leaving. So there's a lot of different options you can have for massage therapy, especially in Vegas. But yeah, there are some apps out there. I'm not totally loving all of them. Some of them pay better than others, but you can't win it all. It's like taking an Uber versus taking a taxi.
So I want to just point this out. I have a young lady also who does Canna Massages. She actually was the first in the city to do them, and that's Leslie Wilborn with with Elan Massage. And Leslie, I'm very proud of Leslie, and I'd be remiss not to mention her. So Elan Massage, again, an independent therapist. So if you're looking, you have options. You have Denise with Legitimate Massage, and she's going to make sure she puts her phone number and information on there. And then
definitely give the link for your other friend.
Yeah,
too.
Leslie Wilborn. Absolutely. Leslie with Elan Massage. So I just want to make sure that. So we're in a space where life is important. and how you're living your life is most important. And it's not just about being alive, it's about living. And you want to be conscious of the life that you are living and to add the most value to your life, because you only get one life. You get one opportunity to live it. And it is short. And if you're not making the most of it and having the best life possible, then you're doing yourself an unjust, not anyone else, you. So I want to just offer you the opportunity to live the best life possible. If you're on pain meds, try cannabis. If you're in a lot of anxiousness and stress, try cannabis. I'm not asking you to consume. I'm asking you to have a better lifestyle and to offer yourself a different opportunity and a better opportunity. All right. So we just have a couple of more minutes, 10 more minutes. So if you have any questions, this is a good time to ask them. If you have any questions for Denise, if you have any questions for me, this is a good time to ask them. So I said I was going to go over terpenes a little bit. So I got my little cheat sheet here. I'm going to go over. Good morning, my sister. Good morning, Jill. I love you guys. So my terpene sheet is something that I give to the team to make sure that they know what they say they know. And I also have a workbook that I make them learn. I'm really a kind of strenuous teacher. I'm a very firm mentor. And the way I personally am able to see if you are evolving in life or learning the things that you're learning is I challenge you, but then I give you homework and I expect results from the homework. So the reason why I am an effective business coach is because I demand results. If you don't give me results, I'll fire you. So who I am, you guys see me every single day. That's who I am in real life. I don't fake the funk. I don't pretend. I'm very, very loving, but I'm very firm. Do what I say or I'll fire you. It's just that simple. So it's that simple at work also. Do what I say or I'll fire you. Now, most people do what I say. I offer a lot of opportunity for you to be an independent thinker, but do what I say or I'll fire you. So there's no chance for you for elevation that way. So one of the things that I want to just kind of, again, I'm going to show you my cheat sheet. No, you cannot get a copy of it. So limonene, when you're in the stores and you're buying marijuana, don't just buy THC. If you're having issues, buy them according to what issue you have and what you need. So here's one of the terpenes that if you want something that's gonna keep you going and keep you up and happy, you want limonene. And limonene is a citrus flavor. It can be used to help promote weight loss. That's right, weight loss. Prevent and treat cancer and treat bronchitis. It can also be used to make ointments and medicinal creams that penetrate the skin better. Myrcene is the terpene that keeps you calm and relaxed, and it has been shown to be an effective anti-inflammatory. It also works as a sedative and a muscle relaxer. This could possibly contribute to the tired, stony feeling often attributed to indicas. There you go. Linalool is a floral hint with spice. In addition to cannabis, linalool can be found in an array of flowers like mint, cinnamon, and some fungi. And it uses as an anti-inflammatory. It also modulates motor movement. Another study found that linalool can be used to help treat liver cancer. It also is good for brain stimulation. And so one of the other ones that you want to be looking for is beta-pinene. Beta-pinene smells like pine, of course. And it also is an anti-inflammatory, but it also stimulates brain function. So when you're out there and you are looking for marijuana plants to treat something, you want to be looking for these terpene profiles. And one of the other terpenes I'm just going to kind of give you right now is beta-carotene. And beta-carotene is a study suggests that carotene may help treat anxiety, depression, and cancer. So these are, when you're going to the stores and the people are, hey, Jeremy, when people are offering you different kinds of strains, you want to get into, well, at least as much as possible, get into what profiles are going to help treat what you have going on. Now, this was just an introduction to terpenes. As we mature together in my show, you're going to learn all of these things, everything that you need to know about cannabis, about business, and about relationships, because those are the things that I think are dope. So I think I'm in my time. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and you've been watching Yo, That's Dope. Yo, That's Dope. I hope you enjoyed this show. The next show is next week at 8:30 a.m. This show will be downloaded on YouTube on Saturday afternoon so that you can share it. I'll share it on my page. You can also get me at exchangethehigh.com or blackabyss.com. Those are my two websites, and I'll put them on here for you. Blackabyss.com and then exchangethehigh.com. Also, my next show is with Scott Rutledge. All my shows are going to be good, but the next two shows are going to be super good. So the next show is with Scott Rutledge, and he's the leading lobbyist in Nevada, the leading cannabis lobbyist in Nevada. So you definitely don't want to miss that show. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next week at the same time, 8:30 a.m. And you're watching Aisha with Denise.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much.
Yo, That's Dope.